Yo, it's the broken baker. Might be cracked, but I still rise. Hands deep in the dough every night under bakery lights. Honey buns getting hot and sticky glaze dripping slow. Yeah, but baby, watch how this baker flow. Late night in the shop, oven glowing like fire. Big mounds of dough waiting, calling out my desire. Flour on my apron, sweat on my brow. I need it real slow, yeah, I know how. Fingers sink deep, push and pull with the beat. That dough getting soft, feel the heat in the seat. Every curve, every rise got me hypnotized. But it's all look, no touch, man, that's the prize. I can dream though, oh I dream real vivid. Picturing that glaze running wild and wicked. Honey buns popping fresh, golden and sweet. Sticky fingers, messy sheets, what a treat. Broken baker, but the fire don't quit. Honey buns hot, yeah they love that grip. Might be broken, but I handle them right. Get them sticky, glaze them up all night. Sticky, sticky, hot and ready, broken baker, yeah we still get it poppin'. Dough in my hands, dreams never stopping. Yeah, clock hitting midnight, world fast asleep. But I'm back here wrestling with this dough so deep. Big soft mountains, begging for my touch. I work them gentle, but I want it so much. Roll it, shape it, let it proof in the warm. Whisper sweet nothings through the oven storm. When they come out dripping, shiny and fine. Got that honey glow, damn near divine. Broken heart maybe, but these hands still strong. Turning plain dough into something prolonged. One day I'll taste it, yeah that's the plan. Till then, dream big baker man. Broken baker, but the fire don't quit. Honey buns hot, yeah they love that grip. Might be broken, but I handle them right. Get them sticky all night. Yeah, sticky honey bun. The broken baker in the house. Let's bake, subscribe, hit the bell. Don't be late, we rising together. Feel me? Peace.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are, and whatever you might be. And welcome to Late Night Pie Club number 48. I don't know. I just named them something and hope that it works. Normally, it's only Big Dog who makes me angry. And not make me angry, but gets angry that my numbers are a little bit off. So I'll hope we'll have a great evening. I hope everyone had a wonderful Ben Franklin Day, that you were allowed out of school and you were not fed more Washington lies. Sadly, I might have to get rid of my Wonder Mods. They are Washington reversionists. They believe the lie about Washington and his rewriting of the history and how he was the first president. Jemima went so far to tell me that Ben Franklin didn't build the White House. Do you not have schools in America? I'm just surprised that anyone still believes the lies about Washington. But I was getting ready for this night's show. Revisionist. Yes, that was the word I was living for. Courtney, I'll try and put you to bed. But you all know that I'm always talking about let's try and help others get a little more out of their YouTube journey. And I don't know if you know it, but Sunday night I was on with the wonderful Masa Media, and on his show we had Lauren, who is known as Common Sense Investigator, and she has a newer YouTube channel that she covers different topics. She is she's a little all over the place, kind of like me. She'll pick up different cases, talks about them, and I was looking at it We are 123 people right here, right now. And she's live.
Hopefully we get some questions and a verdict. So
she has
all
942
right. Well, I love you guys.
views.
Thanks
No,
for coming
don't
over.
stop.
If
Don't stop.
you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe.
Everyone,
almost at, I think,
everyone, run over to her channel and subscribe to her. She's only 68 subs away from 1,000. Let's give her a big old love bomb and just give her a lot of likes. I put the link in the channel. Wait.
I think 1,000, close to 1,000.
She's close to 1,000. Let's get her to 1,000.
So, all right. Well, have a good night, everyone, and a good Tuesday tomorrow, and we'll talk soon. No. Wait, Baker. Hi, Baker.
Everyone, please
What's
go
up?
over and
What's
sub
going
up
on,
to her.
Baker? I see you. You said wait, and I am gonna wait. Baker, for those of you who don't know, Baker he has helped and continues to help my low social IQs when it comes to computers. I don't know what I am doing for Baker subs coming in. Okay, yes, we will take it. Amazing. Hi, are we the honey buns? We got honey buns coming over. Fantastic. Well, listen, if Baker's biscuits, Baker's honey buns are coming over, we can stay. We'll stay up and talk. I know you have to tell me all the things that you guys were chatting about. And you guys subscribed. Thank you. Sell yourself to my crew. Oh, thank you, Baker. Well, so I have a new channel. And we're pretty close to 1,000. So if you guys haven't heard of me, I'm a private investigator, and I just have a sense for passion, anything with justice and missing persons cases. And I've recently been joining Maza on the Kelsey Fitzsimmons fundraisers to get her some money because of her horrible sham of a case that
19 more people. 19 more people, please.
Oh my gosh, just horrible. I think it's criminal what they've done to her, Justin, as well. And so yeah, I've been on his fundraisers, and then I've also done a couple of my own, and
16 more.
To,
can we have 16 more people go over and sub so we can get her to 1,000?
Well, so
it'd be cool to get her to 1,000.
So if you haven't subscribed, please do it. It would mean a lot. But we were talking about the Adwick Faust case trial. I don't know if you guys
14
are
more.
familiar with that one out of Georgia.
12 more people.
Got to
come on, 12 more people.
Okay, yes, that's where you saw me. Yes, I am usually on pretty much. I think I've missed like 2 of Maz's fundraisers, but I'm usually always on with him. He is
8 more people.
Just a class
8
act.
more
Maza,
people.
Baker too. Like,
come on,
they
8
are
more people.
always like sometimes people don't want to like take the time out to help you, and like
2
Maza
more
and
people.
Baker, like they always are like right there to want to help.
Thank you all.
And it just means a lot, because from somebody who doesn't know what the heck they're doing and didn't know anything about StreamYard, stupid April. Okay, first of all, stupid April. Let's just all give it up for how pretty she is.
Have you seen her hands?
Gorgeous. And she's funny too. So, and the chat rats, I know she is now. I think she's. Are you officially a chat rat, Super April? Because
she is a Subaru aficionado.
And also, how do you become a chat rat? Because you guys are so chill, and like, it's crazy because like you guys can just sit there and just watch. I love the fact that you watch other bars and like vibe off of people and then like make up all your own stories. Like, this is like something me and my friends would do. So like, I always come over and see what's going on. And so yes, how does one become a chat rat? Because
thank you all so much.
I love it. And then you always have these like cool
10,010 people.
and then you're like, yes, if I was wondering if this person was a chat rat, I do know now they are because they have the best like little avatars. Yeah, exactly, Cajun. It is like it's very relaxing. Let's see. Chat Robs is okay. Chat Robs is a vibe. Okay, so anybody can be like a chat rat if you have the good vibe. Yes, the
Look
elbow room. That's right.
at those subs.
Yes, of course I know you. Of course. I was like one of the ones who when there was
Oh,
like
it's turned
obvious
into
like chemistry
Crazy
between
Amy
you
Appreciation
and
Hour.
Aiden, I was like, "Oh, we need to get her here." Like motion to fly her up and fix some fridges, you know? So yes, of course I know you. um
I know.
but yes, we got 1K. What? You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Baker. Thank you all of Baker's little honey buns and um
Susie Pools.
whatever JFK said you were. You're so much better. He didn't even get, that was the thing. He didn't even give you guys like the good sweets. Like he could have at least given you like a like crumb cake or like some kind of good like red velvet cupcake or something. Like who has honey buns? Like no one. Prison has honey buns. So
Well,
yes, Baker is the best. Thank you, Baker. And it was awesome. Um it was awesome being on with you with the Kelsey stuff last night. I know like our schedules didn't align, but it was really, really good to be able to be on with you on Maz's at least too. And the my one in the future I'm gonna try to do on a Sunday, so it'll be earlier. So maybe we can connect on that one. But yes, pie is superior to cake. Yes, I agree. What pie though? Do we like pecan pie? Because I am a fan. Let's see. Prison has honey. Yeah. Well, there you go, Lauren. Prison has honey buns. Yes. Now you can go to bed. Remember to set your channel up to redirect. How does that? Okay, we might have to have like a tutorial about that. I don't know how. I don't know how that works. How do I do all of these things? Baker, you should have seen me. I'm like, I was on yesterday and and I'm like, wait, I put a little message up and I'm like, why is it so much smaller today? Like I can hardly see it. It looks like different font. I don't know what I'm doing, like at all.
well, it's because
Okay, you'll tell me you in the DMs. Okay, thank you so much. Well, you guys are all amazing. Baker and his whole crew is like literally I can go in there whether it's his night stream, his day stream, and it's just like a feel good place. So if any of the people of like I didn't have many like if any of my like 19 people that were here before all you guys came haven't subbed or didn't know who Baker is, go immediately and sub to Baker because like I said, an evening stream, a night stream, you're getting good content and you're getting like sass and like really dry humor that is really good. So no, I am in Florida. I'm in Florida. I grew up in Georgia. I feel like I can't get away from the Massachusetts cases because there's so many, but then I found a case here in Georgia that Melanie Little was really just kind of showcasing and I was like, "Whoa, this is even worse than Massachusetts." So I went up to the courtroom or to the courthouse last week and was able to see it in person and show some support, but yeah, it's crazy, but right now, yeah, focused on that. Hopefully, we get a verdict tomorrow or Wednesday, and then doing doing the work for Kelsey because she needs us for sure. So, you say, have a great night. I'll stop using you for content. No, use me for content anytime. Oh yes, the Aaron Spencer case, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait, and I just hope that I hope that the judge is going to allow cameras in the courtroom, because what a disservice that was going to be with Elmore not allowing that. Like that was horrid.
Thank you all so much. It's so wonderful when we can do little things like this, but having a little bit of a bigger channel that we can help someone, because this is how we all start. Like she said, I was sitting here with my 19 people. I stream for months for 19 people, and you're just sitting there thinking, I got 19 people who wants to look at me. That can't be right. Why? And then one day, some weirdo down in Tennessee who wears shades in the daytime comes in and say, "Did you know pixie sticks are made out of the dandruffs of fairies?" And you say, what's going on? And they invite you on your show, and you grow a little bit bigger, and then you grow a little bit bigger, and then you are sitting on a Tuesday morning at 5:45 and have 180 people watching you. It's because other people have been good to you and have said nice things about you. And thank you all so much for helping me make Lauren have a little bit of a greater night when she goes to bed, because it's just numbers doesn't really matter, but it still does. And it just, you have your milestones, the first 10 people, the first 50 people, the first 100 people, and then you are stuck in the hundreds for the longest time, and you just, I'll never grow. And then boom, you hit 1,000, and you're just, oh my God, what's going on? And please check her out. Please check out her content. As she said, she is a private investigator, and she is a very nice person as well. She's nothing like the scum you see on this channel. She apparently have some defect believing that Crazy Amy is a cool person. That's for her. I'll let her have that on her. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Maybe if you need your top gasket changed on your Subaru, you should call Crazy Amy. But other than that, let's not talk about that. Kesima says, "Hey Baker, happy Ben Franklin Day to you and all the beautiful Baker Bakies in chat. I'm gonna try and go all night, but might not." That's what she said. Kesima, thank you so much. And if you can go all night, you probably should see a doctor, because those pills are working a little too good. And Ditwit became a member of the channel. Thank you so much. So no, thank all of you wonderful people because without all of you weirdos hanging out in chats, making entertaining, trying to say stuff, trying to get us to look at stuff, trying to ask us about weird things that we can talk about, most of the channels would just be, hey, let's see what the car crew is doing again tonight. Oh, they're crying like little women and pretending that they're tough guys. That grows stale. So yeah. No. I just sometimes I'm lucky enough that I catch some people and I can help them a little bit. Subarus are good on ice, but you can't see out the rear window with all the political stickers. I have no comment on that. Saving the honey buns. And I have to agree with her. You are way better than honey buns. Honey buns, I was sent honey buns, and they're dry and boring. Who thinks they are good? I know that some people believe that I stuff my shirt with them, but honey bun is a subpar piece of pastry, is just what I have to say.
He looks like he can't control his honey bun habit, and his Susie cues.
I can control my honey bun habit and my sushi cue. Twinkies, on the other hand, I'm glad that they are not qualified to be sold in Europe, because I think I would have a massive Twinkie problem. Hey, Laura J. Honey bun is status. Then what am I? A muffin top? Well, on my channel, you can be. Well, I made a new tier. Normally, I had muffin tops, cream pies, and then when JFK said that, I made a new tier that you can be a honey bun as well. I'm starting to become a night person, thanks to you, Baker. Well, my pleasure. I get up at 5 in the morning to do a show for you, so I'm glad that some people stay up for it. 12-year-old eat honey buns. Yeah, and people in prison. People in jail like them. Yeah. And I've never been to prison. So I don't know. You are spice cake. I like spice cake. They are gross. They are just fatty. Brr. What is her name? It's Lauren, but her name on YouTube is Common Sense Investigator. She's a private investigator. I've been on with her a few times on NASA's fundraising streams for Kelsey Fitzsimmons. She is very, very into that case as well, and she has invited me on for fundraisers, but she does them at 7 or 8 at night, and that's 1-2 a.m. my time. So sadly, I just can't do it on my schedule. If I'm covering live cases, I'll be done with a case at like 10-11 at night, and I stream at 5:30 again. So I would have to plan it out ahead, if and then either it should be on the weekends or I should cut off my night streaming. No, I'm just giving back to the community who have given me so much. So I'm not anything. No, I'm just of the belief that helping others. So I can say thank you so much for them helping me. How was my jury duty today? Not sure if you mentioned it. I came in late. Well, I haven't talked about it. Nothing much. It was a guy who had a few charges against him, but he is in Denmark. We have what's called paragraph 16. That is when you are criminally insane, so you cannot be sentenced to prison. You will most likely have some kind of treatment plan forced upon you by the criminal system. So you'll have to go and follow. Either you get into a medical treatment plan, or you will have to go get counseling, or in some cases they'll just chuck you back home again, and you'll get another verdict, and you'll get another verdict, and you get another verdict. And this guy was one of those who will be in medical treatment for quite some years, because he was kind of a broken egg. But hey, he pled guilty to 7 out of 8 charges, and then he pled partially guilty to the last one. So and we ended up convicting him according to his own testimony. So it was an easy 3.5 hours in court, 4 hours 3 hours in court today. So that was nice. It wasn't anything. We were. The funny thing was, because he had a little bit of problems with authorities. So we had a lot of guards in the courtroom. Normally in Denmark, we don't have what you see in America, where you have your bailiffs and all of that standing around looking. In Denmark, you'll normally just come in. Most cases, you'll have the prosecutor, you'll have the defender, and you will have the accused, and then witnesses will come in whenever they have to give testimony. And maybe there'll be, if it's a big case, you'll have like a reporter, maybe what would you call this? This like a victim's advocate, where if you need to get some, let's say that you've been in a fight and you had some. Hey, Wendy, so good to see you. You have someone broke your nose and you lost days at work, and you have had to have reconstructive surgery and all of that. Because the surgery is free in Denmark, you cannot get reimbursed for that. But if you're losing um, days of work, for instance, or you lost your job because, let's say, you were working at a mental hospital and someone punched you in the face and you lost your job, you can then say, well, I had this loss of income. You can't do like in America where you can, oh, I'm going to sue you for $1 trillion dollars. But there will be a rate where you say, okay, I have medical expenses to go see a psychiatrist. I spent 10,000 on a psychiatrist. You will have a victim advocate who says, okay, we have these claims against him, and then it's up for us to say, are they liable for these damages? Well, we're going to find him guilty in punching him and breaking his nose. So yes, he is liable for this, and then that'll just be tacked on to the court cost and all of that, and we have a victims fund that will then pay off the victim. You can't do those crazy American charges where you can get millions of things out. You have to have, these are the costs I have incurred, or this is the loss of revenue I've had, and I will have to have money for future mental health treatments, and we will then say, okay, this guy is liable for that as well. But you can't get those big old money settlements. We don't have that at all. So you had a criminal, insane person who hates authorities. Sounds great. Well, he had quite a few fights with the police and orderlies and stuff like that. Thank you so much, Wendy, for becoming a cream pie. Oh my, Wendy the cream pie. Was he single? Yes. He was single. He has his own apartment. Right now, he is not working. Hasn't been working since, I think, we do what's called an 808. That's kind of our pre-trial sentencing hearing. We don't have those. You just go, you will interview with, I don't know the criminal system. They will have people where they will make an interview with you, say, okay, what drug abuse do you have? What education do you have? How did you grow up? And they'll have this 808 that they will then read to us in court that, well, this person used to be a belly dancer, and then they became schizo, and now they're not working. Grew up with their mom and dad, has a minor drug abuse problem with weed, and occasionally does amphetamine. And then the defense attorney will say, oh, you just heard all of this. Is this true? No, actually, I haven't smoked weed since 6 o'clock this morning. I'm clean now, and I never ever want to touch no amphetamines again. Please don't sentence me to court. And we'll say, okay. And we'll buy it sometimes, and most times we will not, because we have all heard about all of these. It's kind of like in American courts where everyone finds Jesus when they're about to get convicted. Everyone wants to get clean when we are taking care of them. My kid was a witness once. An old guy that made sort of fuss in sort of drunk, racist way at 8ish in the morning on a bus. It was sad. Well, one thing you will learn about the justice system when you've been doing it as long as I do, all of the cases that you like to watch are a percentile of the charges. Most charges I do is violence and drugs. That's most, and maybe some burglary. That's most of what I have. I might have 1, 2 memorable cases in a year if I'm lucky. And again, I'm on this quick call list. So every time someone, like yesterday, someone had gotten sick, and I had to go and do their jury duty for them, which I'm fine with because I get paid for it. And I get, some years I have like 20 cases, other years I'll have like 4. So I've seen a lot of cases, and I would say 80% of what I have done has been drug or violence. That's just what we do at our level. If I stepped up to the next level, it's all the appeals cases. So I'm just glad I'm not doing that, because you're just sitting in a room and they're reading. So in city court, you said this. Is that true? Yes. You said this? Yes. You still say this? Yes. And you just go in and say, should they have more time, less time, or keep it the same? I went to jail for 2 months when I was 21, and they all want some kind of religion usually. That's why I don't watch victim impact statements, because in America, this wouldn't work in Denmark. Coming in and telling us you found Jesus would just make us tilt our heads and think, what? Because it's not an argument that, oh, I started studying the Bible and then I found Jesus and Jesus taught me a forgiveness. Doesn't work. We want to see that I've been sober for a year. I'm so sorry I did this to this person. It doesn't fly in Denmark to invoke the Lord's name to try and say, well, I'm not going to do it again because the big guy told me I can't do, because the big guy should have told you before. Isn't medical free in Denmark? Yes and no, because there's no such thing as a free lunch. I pay 42% in taxes. So I pay my medicals through my taxes. And I go to the doctor like every other man every 3 to 5 years. So I pay a lot for my medical. But I don't have to get out of pocket if I need a surgery or I need to go to the doctor. But it also means that I will have to just abide by I can't go and get a second opinion, for instance. I have a doctor. I have that doctor. I can't go say, well, I don't think you're right, so I'm going to go across the street and ask another doctor. I have one doctor, and he will tell me my back for 3 years, it kept giving out, and I couldn't do anything. And they chucked me to the hospital. They took an X-ray and said, "Nah, your back just seized up." And the doctor I had was just, "Yeah, we can't do anything. Here's some pain pills." Then I went home to my when I got divorced. Went home to my city I grew up in. Got to my childhood doctor. Came into his office one day where it was like, oh, and he said, "Yeah, you don't have to sit down. You have a herniated disc. You need to go out and get an MRI." And if I'd stayed with the other doctor, he would just have kept saying, "No, there's nothing wrong. We can't see it in the X-rays," because that's the problem. You just have to go by what they think is the treatment for you. As I've said before, we have a lot of people who die on waiting lists. During the COOF in Denmark, you have a guarantee that you will get treatment within a year, because we had such long waiting list for things like the Big C and stuff like that. So they made a guarantee that you can get treatment within a year. And then during the COOF, they were just like, nah, we'll change it to 3 years. If you get the Big C and you have to wait 3 years, that's not looking good for you. Well, it's just they don't want to make no huff, no fuss. And when I then had to go get my MRI, even though they had an MRI machine on my local hospital, they sent me because there was no room to get an MRI because it takes so long. They sent me to get an MRI 2.5 hours away on another hospital, because that's another beauty about socialized healthcare. We will treat you. You just have to ride 3 hours to get to the hospital where we will get you treatment. So yeah, that's just when Bernie tells you that this is how you want it, maybe not. And of course, all of your prescriptions, all of your dental, all of your eye exams, all of that is still paid by you yourself. No, but doctors just want you to come in, come out. You have 15 minutes with a doctor, and if they can get you out in 3 minutes, they can just stack their bills, because they will get an hourly rate, and they will just grind so many people together or through the system they can in a day. Normally, you'll have 15 minutes with your doctor to talk about everything. And my doctor have had me since I had my back surgery. Since she's been with me ever since then. That's 18 years now. She doesn't know I have a back. Every time I call her and say, "Hey, can I get some of the good pain pills because my back is acting up?" Why? Well, because of my bad back. You have a bad back? At least just open my chart and say, "Oh yeah, he has a couple of herniated discs and is in constant pain." Nope. She doesn't know who I am. My childhood doctor knew who I was, but you're just a number. I'm not sure it works as well for guys as it do for you ladies. Waiting list along in the UK too, but if you want your dingly bitch, oh, I'm not going to talk about that today. Is there a shortage of doctors? Is it because of income? No, the income is great, but they just don't want to be. They all want to be like in bigger cities, so they can get this customer base that they can just do this, because they get paid per visit. That the amount that you. Oh, the biggest scam is we have these uh, emergency doctors you can call when the normal doctor's office. You can't just go to a hospital and say, "I lost an arm. Can you fix this?" Unless you call an ambulance, they'll take you. They'll fix it. But let's say you wake up in the middle of the night and have 110 degrees fever. You will have to call this emergency doctor and say, "I'm feeling like shit." And they'll say, "Well, can you be here between 3 and 5 in the morning and I'll have a look at you?" And they do these nighttime, and they just rack up so much money for them. And they are, you can never get any time with them, but they get paid like 3 times the rate for those hourly shifts. And it's a big old scam. Nurse Kim had a great conversation about healthcare and health insurance. It scares me every fucking time. I'll pay my taxes for sure. Well, my sister is in Switzerland where they have the same system, and she has amazing coverage. So I wouldn't mind that. She was actually looking at it if she should retire back to Denmark when she's retiring, and she found out that to repatriate back to Denmark, she would have to give up 50% of her her wealth to come back in to pay into the system, so she's covered. She can buy quite a big house in Italy, get healthcare coverage that's way better on private insurance, and keep all her money. So she's nope, I'm not coming back again. Yeah, but I think everywhere, anywhere on the planet, we're all sitting looking at our healthcare system and saying, what? What's going on? But it works. The politician has told us it works. Well, it depends on where you are in Italy, I would say. The northern parts, pretty good. Don't get too far south. Yes, because she hasn't been living in Denmark and paying into the Danish system. They will then take half her wealth to pay for all the years she hasn't been paying taxes. Well, it's okay in some way because again we have a massive welfare state that'll give you a lot of things, but after she saw what happened to my mom, my dad, and now her husband's mom and dad, she's like, I'm not coming back for that. I can pay my way out of having better treatment. Hey Kathleen, you been to Sicily? Well, I've never been to Sicily. I've never been that far south. So there's universal healthcare that works. Well, I it kind of works for me. I can't complain. I've had the things fixed that they could fix, and then I've had them botch. They only botched one operation on me. So the rest they have done pretty well. And when my nose kept getting, because it had too much scar tissue built up, so I couldn't breathe out of the left nostril. They took me back in and broke it again, and then they took me back in and then sanded down my nose. So yeah. Hey, Money, you are 10 minutes early. J7's cat is on her YouTube. I don't think J7 has a YouTube. It's always Pie Club. What are you talking about? Oh, by the way, I don't know if you know, but I've been covering that Nancy Guthrie thing, and I've been very tough on all of those fake news that has been out there talking about, oh, we found DNA on a glove. No law and crime. They found a glove that kind of matches the one you saw in the video, and now they're testing the DNA on it. But I have been less than impressed by the sheriff's office, and they just released this 8 hours ago. A statement from Sheriff Chris Nanos on the Nancy Guthrie investigation. To be clear, the Guthrie family, to include all siblings and spouses, have been cleared as possible suspects in this case. The family has been nothing but cooperative and gracious and are victims in this case. To suggest otherwise is not only wrong, it is cruel. The Guthrie family are victims, plain and simple. Please, I'm begging you, the media, to honor your profession and report with some sense of compassion and professionalism. From Chris Nanos. Of course, this is related to these YouTubers who, from day one, have just said, well, it was the son-in-law. But do you know why there's so many rumors out there? Because there's no updates. You made a statement the other day that you were going to come out and give us a statement the night where they apprehended 3 people and then they towed a car. And the only statement you gave was, hey, we can't say anything because of the FBI. Yeah. How can they clear them before the DNA is back? Very easily. You have a surveillance camera showing that you were at the Piggly Wiggly at that time. That's an easy way to say, okay, you have an alibi. That alibi checks out. You are not the one who did it, because I don't know if you know this, but your DNA is probably all over your parents' house as well. So that'll be very hard to say, you did this because I found your DNA. So, yeah. How many days missing are we now? We are on Sunday, would have been 14. So we are coming up on 16 days missing. She ain't alive anymore. Did I see the interview Brian Enton did with a sergeant on the Pima County Sheriff's Office? I'll send you the link if you didn't. It was very good, sad, but very good. I did watch some of it, and I really like Brian. I use him as my backstop. So if I see, like I saw that report about someone pew-pewing themselves, which was a lie that people still haven't retracted, I'll go to Brian and say, okay, is he confirming it? The only problem is he makes a lot of short videos, and people don't fact check anything online. They'll just share it and say, oh, have you heard this? Because I just got this in my short feed. So all of his old, because, oh, you're interested in this, we're going to feed your algorithm with news about what he has done in this case. So a lot of the stuff that came out like a week ago is now getting into your algorithm because you are showing interest to all of this. And that just means that people will start sharing it again and say, oh, did you hear that they found a glove? They did that 5 days ago. Oh, did you hear that they apprehended 3 people? That was 3 days ago. So that's why I'm always saying, and I know to my own detriment, that please check and verify your sources before you go online and say it. That was the same vibe I got when I read it. It's very Meatball Morrissey with the, there's no one in that house who could have done nothing wrong. Well, apparently all the investigators, because they are fucking morons, they go around checking stuff out and then they'll just take off their gloves and throw them at the side of the road. How dumb are you? It cannot be company policy that if you are out doing an investigation, you'll take your glove off and leave them, because your DNA will then be on that glove and you'll have to have exclusion DNA test made so you can go through all of them and say, no, that's Officer O'Keefe. No, that's Officer McAlbert. That's just so dumb. You take your plastic gloves after you have done whatever you do, and then you put it in a little Ziploc bag, go home, and you throw it in the trash when you're done, because you're probably going to go through 10 pairs of gloves that day. If you just toss them at the side of the road, another investigator is going to come along, put on some gloves, say, oh, there's a pair of gloves. Pick him up, put that in an evidence bag, take their own gloves off, and throw them at the side of the road. This is never-ending story. That's such dumb police work that they do that. Yeah, I've seen when I went live, I didn't really have anything to talk about tonight, and I didn't want to talk about boobs all night. Well, I did, but not everyone wants to listen to that. So that's I was looking what else is going on, and I saw this channel, and it's been going for 2 weeks now, where it's just breaking. There is no breaking. You're just turning into CNN. Just no morons snatch someone for money but never try to collect. But I'm just saying, if the lady did a runner herself, she's in Florida having drinks looking at alligators. Maybe she hates the family. She's 84 years old. She's heavily medicated, and she walks with a walker. She doesn't make it to Florida without her heart medications. I can talk boobs all night. Oh, boobs. Oh. The investigation is already so botched. Yes, that's the problem. All of these idiots who opened the crime scene up had everyone. I saw. Can I find that? Let me open up my twits. Boop, 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 boop. I saw this today and I thought, what? What's going on? Never-ending story.
Sir, are you doing some landscaping? How's
So someone is running around at the house doing landscaping because it's not like it's a crime scene and it took them 3 days to find a blood spatter outside of the front door. Let's just let the landscape. Oh, by the way, they had the pool guy over the other day to clean the pool. It's a crime scene. Yeah. Can you please not go and step in all the evidence when you're leaf blowing? Yeah, sure. I'll take care of that. Is anything else you need me to take care of? No, if you find some gloves, just leave them. It's probably an officer's. Guava plants. It's guava. You can make tequila out of that, I think. Priorities. What the heck? Pool guy, but they didn't watch him. Well, the media did. Hey, Miami Spice. Tequila is from agave. I don't know. Tequila tastes horrible and it makes me want to vomit. It's the same. What? What's the same? But no, that's at this point, you're sitting here and thinking, what is worse, Pima County or the MSP? Because at this point, it seems like the MSP is just happy that someone is more incompetent than they are. God, I watched Cossie watching Brian talking about all things. He had a list what police did wrong. Geez, Brian, you're clever. The mostest of us all. Normally, when I need my updates on my crime, I do go to that channel. Sure. Tequila is yucky. Yeah, it smells like sour milk, and anyone who can drink it are probably Swedish. Oh, and remember those hats you can only get if you know minim. J7 has gotten her hats, so now she can hang out with the car crew and say, am I on? And can we just talk about one thing? Because I think this is kind of turning into abuse over on the car crew. Let Kevy Kev sleep. You're clearly keeping that man awake. And asking him questions is just not fair. That man signed up to pound a pack of ciggies and sleep on stream. And you are sitting there talking to him like he's part of the show. Free Kevy Kev. Let the man sleep. They cut to him. I think I saw a clip yesterday where they asked him a question, and you can tell he was like, I didn't sign up for this. I was just smoking. And that guy has a job. He's not out there hustling in the streets stealing muscle milk. Yo. Let the guy sleep. He comes on there. He's the piece of man meat that the ladies want, and you have him on for that, and that's cool. It's kind of like when Danny brings on the hotness, so he will get the viewers. I am, of course, talking about Dean, not the ladies, but when Danny brings on Dean, it's just for Danny to get the viewers to sit at home and say, "Oh my." So we know what you're on about, Danny. And again, Kevy Kev is a sexual tyrannosaur, but he needs his sleep. So please stop asking him questions because he'll get just as surprised as Jay Brill. You asking me? Make nothing normal again. Yeah. That's what happens when you're at the end of your 8-ball. You shake your 8-ball and you ask it questions. Should I let Kevy Kev sleep on stream? Most definitely. That's what I know. The funniest was when I thought he had his avatar on, but then he moved a little bit all of a sudden. Yeah. What is Throw Tuesday? I don't know. Is it a Danish thing? Do I have to look it up now? Throw Tuesday? Throw Tuesday meaning. It's the day before Ash Wednesday. Though named for its formal religious significance, it is chiefly marked by feasting and celebration, which traditionally precedes the observance of the Lent fast. In Danish, we call it fastelavn, and we had it this Sunday. We don't do it on the Tuesday, and that's our beat the shit out of cats day. Again, we are only putting the cats in the barrel and the life out of them to save ourselves from Satan. So it is okay. And the cat's in the barrel and the kids with a stick. Satan don't gonna get here quick. When you're coming home, Satan, no you don't. We'll be the cat then. That was a great song. What's the name of it? Yeah, The Cat's in the Cradle. That's the song. And then you had that never really got us big. I loved Runaway Train Never Going Back. One way on a wrong way on a one-way track. La 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 something. That's the first time I found out that it's really real that you put missing children on milk cartons. That's weird. Yeah, Cats in a Barrel. Anti-Satan. Otherwise, Satan will take Denmark's largest rock. Denmark's largest rock is 10 minutes away from me. It's called the Lady Stone because it was a female troll who was on our Long Island who got mad at a church and then she chucked a rock after it and it landed just north of here. She didn't hit the church. And yeah, it's a big rock. And you can see her handprint on it. Because kind of like Crazy Amy, she had really big hands, and you can see the paw print in the stone. Is that the song that starts with the good dissonant riff and then goes faster, loud, get up, and get down? I don't know what that means. No missing person notification on milk bags. Well, maybe... No, you're not going to say something about showing me your milk bags. Weird, but it works. Now they're posting them in Walmart. We had a case 2 years ago, last year, where a 14-year-old, 13-year-old girl went missing, and her picture wasn't put anywhere. Weirdly enough, they found her. Sadly, she had been abused, but she was alive. But they found her. The guy was then checked out, and they found out he was the killer in a cold murder case that was 7 years old or something like that. A young woman who had been out partying and then walked home from the train station and disappeared. And she was then found in a lake months later, and that's then they found out he had tried to rape another lady, or a girl. She was 15, and then he took this. She was out doing her paper route, and he just snatched her. And sadly, she had been abused, but not unalive. So that's the good part about it. But that cracked a cold case that I think it was like 5 or 7 years old. So pretty dumb of him. Did I follow that awful submarine killer case? Well, we can't really follow cases in Denmark. We can read the news reports from the courtroom, and that guy was he was clearly insane, and he is also put in a mental hospital for life now. He actually escaped from it. That's a couple of years ago as well, where he had a pew dummy, and he got out of prison, and I think he got like 200 meters away from it before he was tackled by the police and put back in. And I think he has been married twice since he got in prison, because I don't know what's wrong with you ladies, but apparently you love a bad guy so much that this guy who unalived a young, she was Swedish, but still, a young journalist, chopped her to pieces, never found the body. You will still go and say, "Oh, he's such a nice guy. He writes me nice letters from the prison." He had this trick where he was sending mail to his lawyer that then got shipped out, because he's not allowed to communicate with anyone, because he has been threatening people and stuff like that. So he has no letter privileges. So everything has to go through different channels. But then he just chucked it in, and his lawyer shipped it out. That lawyer got a little bit of heat for that. No, he was deemed to be so insane that there is no treatment. So he will stay in, it's called forvaring. It's probably what you would call lockup, but forvaring is where you go when there's no treatment for you. You are so insane. But he's not there. He's in something called sikring. I can't really translate that, but that's our high level ultramax prison, where people like him go, where there's no rehabilitation. There's no, because like yesterday when I had my paragraph 16 case, okay, you can treat his schizophrenia with medication. He can become a productive member of society, or he can be not a danger to society if we give him this treatment. So you can do that. But people where they say he's so criminally insane, but he will never ever be treatable because his mental illness makes him too insane to understand anything or to ever change, then they will be put in to kind of an asylum, you will probably call it, but like high security asylum, where they will then go, and then every 5 or 10 years, we have like a board of psychologists who will go in and look at all of these cases and say, nope, you'll stay in, you'll go out, you'll stay in, and he will then be there for life. They are never coming out again. They have no set date. It's not like, again, unaliving a girl the way he did would probably in normal court have landed him somewhere between 12 and 16 years in prison. But he will get life, because he will never ever come out, because he has so many mental problems that they will never evaluate that he is safe to be put back in society if we just take these precautions. Because you can't really punish people who are too insane to understand punishment, but you will still have to be able to work with them and change how they see the world for them to come out again. I worked in a long-term psychiatric facility for Schmidt, at least the work moment per day. Yeah, that must be such a hard place to work. Yeah, the schizo guy will need to want to take his medications. Good luck with that. That's always the problem in these cases is they don't need the medication. The medication makes them feel funny. But that's because when you are normal, you are a fucking menace to society. So yeah, the medication will mellow you out, and some of them will get kind of medically lobotomized because they are so crazy that they have to be on massive downers just to keep them calm. But the biggest problem, and we hear this whenever we get these reports from, it's called the Court Medical Advice Board, where they will send out and say, okay, this person suffers from this, and that's why we believe he is under paragraph 16 because he has severe mental illness and he is not suitable for punishment. Most, if not all of them, will say that they have no discernible recognition that they are sick. They don't believe they're sick. They know that they can control it. Oh, their drug abuse is just whenever I do it, I feel better, and it's the same story here. They have no discernible um, recognition of their own illnesses, and that's always the biggest problem in these cases. Is yeah, we normally you'll, let's say it's the first time, and we sentence you. Uh, we'll sentence you for you went out and you punched someone in the face, and we have to give you a sentence, and we will then say, okay, for the next 5 years you have to submit to medical treatment by the prison system, and you will be an at-home patient where you'll get the medication and whatever you need. But for next 5 years, you will have to undergo this, and they will in those 5 years they will never ever learn that they're sick because they are not sick. You are sick because you cannot hear the voices in their head. And didn't you know the guy yesterday had attacked an orderly because he had a conversation with this orderly about how the orderly had done bad stuff to a 5-year-old kid. And he just couldn't stand it anymore that this orderly was always going around talking to him about doing these things to a 5-year-old kid. And the orderly was like, I met him twice before that. I've never talked to him. But in his head, because he came in and he said, I have to correct it. I had so many conversations with him. We were constantly talking about it. And he was always bragging about doing all of this stuff to kids. But that's because it's in your head. In my head. It's in my head. Ari, Ari, Schizophrenia must be unbearable. Well, I think you get used to it. Schizo is a terrible illness. They got off their meds all the time. Not at all that everyone gets violent and criminal, but left on their own without meds. So sad. I have my gym buddy. She works at kind of like a stay away, or what would you call it? A supervised living facility. So they are there to help them, and these people have mental illnesses, and most of them will then have drug abuse issues as well because that's their self-medication. And they have one where the police is always there to unalive him. He'll just sit and then he will just start screaming because the popo is there, and now they're going to unalive him. And she found out the best way is actually to play along with it, and say, well, I'm just going to shut the door so they can't get in here, and that'll snap him out of it. And then he'll be like, oh yeah, the door's closed, thank you. But he in the beginning he would be lying on the door, the floor, asking, can you see where they hit me? I got hit 20 times, it hurts so bad. And she was, what's wrong with you? And now she found out if I just slam the door, it'll snap him out of it. That's so weird. More likely to be a victim than a perpetrator. A lot of these people will be taken advantage of. It's just sad how, at least in the US, it seems like we don't care about mental health for people. The problem is you have gone the same way we have gone, where you say, well, we need to be better. They need to have a life. But they will never have a life, because you'll just stick them out in society where they don't function, and it'll make it worse. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, I'm so sad to hear about that. Oh, I can never get in shape. I have a sushi queue and a honey bun habit. But I'm thinking I'm going to go on with my day and get in shape by hitting the gym. And today at 9, we're going to pick up the fertilizer case again. And all of you should go and have a wonderful night, evening, day, wherever you are in your cycle. And don't talk about your cycle. It's...
I'm Jimmy. How y'all doing?
I know English is your second language, but you don't word
It's
your
my
questions
third,
carefully.
but I'm still better at it than you. You are...
The most important people in this case that everybody seems to have forgotten in this room is the jury. So we're going to take a 15-minute break and both sides take a pregnant pause and think about the jury.